1 week. 1 week left in the Bolt Hackathon. And we're almost done with the API. And all we gotta do is make the front end look sexy. And maybe make a game experience. I don't know how much I can do in 7 days. Loki have done a lot in this last, like, what, day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've only been working on this for 9 days times 4. A lot of hours. Today, we are going to finish the characters module, begin working on the sexy front end, and then we're gonna try to make an 11 lives experience where a game master narrates our playthrough for a demo that shows the story engine in action. I don't know how much we finna get done with this. But we finna bust our ass for this. We're going right into it. First, I need to refactor the location module. So that it doesn't generate everything at once. Grab that. Boom. Dots. SRC. Focus on location. Research Quad gave us the strats. Said, what are you thinking on? The Bolt Hackathon, $1 million prize pool is what I'm cooking on. Alright. Character, location module, refactoring. I don't want code. Okay, I needed that intro. I'm hyped now. Yeah, we are building a self-evolving AI world so that the booze may be ran by a fully autonomous AI agent that actually controls and makes a good story. Long story. For even when I am gone, the story continues. And for that, we must lock in. So there was a specific location module. I found it. Okay. So we're gonna push this refactor. You might also consider a quota system, where a location gets a location budget based on size/theme. Regions claim portion of the budget. This ensures consistent world density while allowing variation. Ooh. All the boos in the kingdom. No, it's more so the story. It's more so the story itself of the Boo Kingdom. Every Boo runs their own story. The point is for you to live in this world, or for your AI agent to live in this world. Long after. Long after the initial king has reigned, potentially. The goal from day one never ended. The goal from day one is a fully self-evolving... the goal for day one is to fully automate both of my projects. So that I may move on to other things that are not crypto. I'm a man of my word. And I gave my word. And this is the technology that allows me to live up to my word. Regions first, specialized agents, completion event, coordinate system, global locations. We need to keep the design pretty simple. So following I like the coordinate system, the 2-tier coordinate system. So we can give each boo the story you want. Yes, your boo story is your story. Your story is the story you make, is the story you create. And the story you give your boo is actually what affects like the general world story. So this system is the general world story. Like there needs to be something that organizes the entire story to keep everything consistent. And yeah, every boo could have their own sub-stories. It's fine. It's the point. You can do whatever you want. Hi. Oh, cool. I like the 2-tiered system. Zero point, you know. World complete events emitter is all we need. Project. Right here. This is what the project is about. Story Engine is an AI narrative SDK that makes every game tell a unique story. Instead of scripted quests and static NPCs, our engine generates dynamic narratives that respond to player actions in real time. Bink, bink, bink. This is the repo. It's open source. Okay, location module listens, triggers region generation. Region generator generates 2-3 regions with name description, global XY. Each region saves the database. Per region, we generate 1 to 5 cities, 1 to 3 landmarks, 1 to 3 wilderness. Okay. This is good. This is the suggested plan. And then we're gonna open our Cloud Code agent. And we're gonna have him plan this right here on the bottom right. We're gonna do plan mode. And paste that in. So we're testing out Cloud Code plan mode. I heard that Cloud Code plan mode could be really good. Now usually, right? Usually what I do is I'll have this Claude or ChatGPT write out the plan, but they have a Claude plan mode inside of Cloud Code now, right here on the bottom right. So I'm thinking I could just kind of put what I want in here and then have Cloud Code like really make a plan for itself and then execute on that plan. It could be all like it could be really good. I haven't tested it, so we try everything with AI because you know you get all these new workflows that come from on the bottom. My workflow changes every other week. Like I post a YouTube video that gets invalidated after like a month, so I gotta post another one. But it's good. It's a good content stream. Just because so many things come out, so many AI things come out, like it just keeps going, bro. It just it doesn't stop. This shit does not stop. Anyway, so this refactor is pretty small. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a like I don't want to just sit here. I don't want to just sit here while this one Cloud Code is going off and doing things. So I'm gonna open a terminal, and then I'm gonna ask a step-by-step guide on how to open a Git work tree. Hold on, we're learning. So first we navigate to the primary repo and we take inventory. So we see our branches and then we could create a new work tree. Oh, bless you. Oh my goodness, my cat's sneezing. Hold on. You okay, Bubba? He's having a sneeze attack. Are you okay? Okay. Yeah. Come here. Look at him. He was sneezing. Oh. up, Buzz? Here you go, bud. All right, we're gonna practice. We're gonna practice today. Okay, so what I'm doing right here is I'm learning how to do a get work tree, how to make a get work tree. So what get work trees do is right now I'm working on one Claude Code instance. Oh, I made the plan. Based on my analysis, the location module is already well implemented. Oh my god, bro, what is he doing? I asked him to make a new upgrade, and all Claude Code said is, this module seems to be done and working good. Well, we know it works good. The point is to refactor it. Hold on. Did you understand what I? No, bro. We know the location module already works. The point is we want to refactor. Honestly, we want to refactor the initial gen so that instead of generating all regions, locations, and landmarks in one go, we break down the monolithic AI agent call into individual calls. So first, the location module. What's up, Bless GM? How you living? How you wake? So the first, what's the word I'm looking for? Music for this. We break down monolithic AI agent call and individual calls. So on world creation, we have an AI agent creates 1 to 3 regions, right? Let's do 1 to 4 regions. 1 to 5. 1 to 4. Let's do 1 to 4. 1 to 4 regions. Then for each region created, another AI agent makes 1 to 5, makes 2 to 5 cities for a region, then 2 to 5 landmarks for a region, then 1 to 2 wilderness for a region. Cities, landmarks, wilderness, all managed, all created with new AI agent calls. They can be batched, so an AI agent can generate 5 cities in one call. That is fine. We need to ensure that the schema of the tools and the function calls work. Our biggest problem is the monolithic location gen was too complicated, that less smart models could not generate the schema output properly because it was too complex. We're reducing the complexity by splitting it up into smaller gens. We need to ensure that the world story description, and regions, that the world story and description are added to the system prompt of every gen, and the regions and their description / tags are added to the system prompt of cities, landmark, wilderness gens to ensure that 1, they get the XY coordinates correct, and 2, they stay consistent with the story. Okay, sidetrack. So, right, sidetrack. You could read the chat. There's a chat up here that explains what we're working on. So sidetrack, I'm working on one Claude Code instance here, but I want to work on multiple Claude Codes, right? Like I have multiple different parts of the code base that I want to work on, that I want to speed up, because the Claude Code call takes a very long time. So what we're going to do is we are going to open a Git work tree so that we could launch a Claude Code instance for the same code base, but for a completely different feature. So these two Claude Code bases could work on the same feature, but don't conflict with each other. So what we're gonna do File system path for a new tree. Okay. So to create a new work tree, you want to navigate to the directory we're in. In our case, we're in the story engine directory. And then we're going to type git work tree add branch. And then now we want to name the new branch. So this is going to be the character module. And we want to call this story engine character module v2. Right? Oh, a new branch name character module already exists. Let's call this character module v2. Right? Okay. So we created a new branch called feature character module v2 in the directory story engine character module v2. So if I go back one and I go to story engine character module v2, you can see that we have a new folder, and in this new folder, if we open it up, it is our exact same code base. Now the thing is, this is technically a different folder and a different workspace than our existing story engine right here that we're working on in the bottom. So I could open a new Claude Code instance here, and I could, well, first, let me make sure it has an MCP. No MCP server added. I'm adding my context 7 MCP. Shout out Casey Rodamore for making just amazing tool. All right, now we have our MCP here, and then now I could prompt to make the character module. Now last time I made the character module, it was doing all of this like weird stuff that I didn't really like, and then we came up with a new solution for the new character module. Now the problem is I forgot what that new solution was, but I think it's in this chat. That the schema is like simpler. Okay. Oh, this plan looks amazing. Okay, that actually listens to what the fuck I wanted. So before I can make the character module, the reason why I was refactoring the location module is because I want characters to be made when a location is made. So it needs to go like this. It needs to go, world gets created, locations get made, factions wait for locations to get made, and then factions get made, and then when factions are done getting made, then characters get made. So in this case, the new plan is that we're going to split the monolithic build world map AI call into separate focused AI agents that generate locations incrementally. This will reduce complexity for less capable models and improve generation quality. So we're going to have new AI agent methods to generate regions, cities, landmarks, then wilderness. And then we're going to replace a single build world map call with generate regions, generate cities, landmarks, wilderness. Save each batch to the database. After all locations are saved, emit location.world.complete event. Add the location world complete event to domain/event.ts. I'll do the faction service to listen for location world.complete instead of world.created. Create new prompt files, each with simpler schemas. Pass in the context for world name and description for non-region generation, parent region details, and existing location and region. This ensures consistency and proper XY coordinate location. Yes. This is perfect. This is a perfect plan. I like Claude Code planning. Claude Code planning. That was a good plan. Right? So now I have a question about my own code base that what's up, Shaq? It's going good, bro. How you doing? I have a question about my code base that I forgot to answer, or I forgot to ask. So I'm gonna drag my SRC into a new chat, and I just want to chat. I just want to ask Cursor questions about my code base. So I'm switching to the ask module instead of the agent module right here. Just want to talk to Claude Code because I know Claude Code has the answers for everything I want. And I am going to ask, does our faction module emits a faction created complete event? So when all the factions are done being made, it emits that event. What's the event emitted? So this is important context that I need to craft my prompt for the character module that we're about to execute in a new Git worktree. So no, it does not emit a faction create complete events. It emits a faction created, faction status change, faction relation change, faction took location, faction loss created. In faction servers.seed factions, the process is listen for world.created event, create 2 to 4 factions randomly. For each faction created, emit individual faction.created events. Okay. So for a completion event, you need to add the event type. And then at the end of faction service.seed factions. So at the end of seed factions, we have, I'm gonna hide my chat for now. Actually, I like my chats. I like you, chats. I'm gonna keep you. So at the end of seed factions. Okay, so we do a simple update where we create a faction seeding complete event type. I need a faction seeding event type. So I'm gonna ask this AI agent who just answered questions about a question I had. I'm gonna ask him to make a prompt so we can give it to another coder agent. I need a faction seeding event type. Can you give me instructions and a prompt I can give to another coder agent so they can implement this? I need a faction seeding complete event type so we know when factions are done getting created. Alright, so that prompt's going and this prompt's going. Now we're gonna make the character module prompt. So I think the biggest thing, oh, also I forgot to like write that this is live. In my Discord, hold on. Oh, I also forgot to ping it on Twitter. Hold on, guys. I have I have pictures. Hold on. Oh, why is my stream deck not on? Stream deck. Does this work? Sidecar. I mean, this works. Okay. You fucking kidding me? So if I open it here, my messages goes to the left. Okay. Oh, this is cute. Wait, my girl made me a cute poster with my kitties last week. Hackathons last week. We locking in and going hard. Stream live. Below. Down. Add. Twitch. Oops. Twitch. Paste. Post. Okay. I fucked up my get work tree clip. Hold up. I have two cats. They're actually right here. Finchy, come here. 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 Yes. Come here, kitty. Come here. Yeah. So this is Finch. This is my cat. This is one of my cats. I also have a black cat, Louis, but he doesn't really like getting picked up. Finch is okay with it at this point. But Louis will scratch me, not on purpose, but he'll like fling his claws around specifically his sharp ass back claws, and then yeah, I have a lot of scars from him somewhere. I love him though. Anyways, back to work. So, just realized I fucked up my get work tree clip. I guess before I remake the clip, let's first actually have a plan and a prompt to put in so we can make it smooth. So, okay. Core philosophy: characters are not passive entities. Okay. Let's focus on the schema first. What does the character schema look like? So first I want to start, I think the best way to design code is to start with the database first. And then with the database structure, then you could actually create the logic and functionality on top of it. And then we could throw that into the API, at least for this code base. No, not the schema. Give me the database SQL tables first. So we're gonna start this from the ground up. We're gonna start this from the database first, because the database is the most important type. Honestly, it is our bread and butter. It's our glue. It's our foundation. So we're creating types. So we have character type, player, NPC. Character status is either alive or deceased. There really is no other option. We don't want to wipe characters from the database because we want to mark them as dead in the story. So they're like forever part of the story, right? It'd be disrespectful to the dead if we just deleted them from the database, because then they technically never existed. Story role is interesting. Major character, minor character, wild card, or background character. And then we have ally, enemy, friend, rival, family, romantic, or neutral. Is there a difference between ally and rival? Ally and friend. What if someone comes back alive? See, so that is the thing. Sometimes a character might be able to actually come back to life depending on the story or whatever happens. Necromancy or... yeah, so we can always change character status to alive. So in terms of the schema, we have the ID, yes. World ID, yes. Core identity. The character type, the status of the character, and story role of the character, very important to the world gen. Their current location ID is like where they're at in the specific moment. Faction ID is a faction they're at in the specific moment, so that's very important. Character details, description, background, personality traits, motivations. Perfect. Story tracking, memory, story beat, witness. I like that part. Created that, updated that. Okay, I think for characters it's pretty simple, because for each of this we could just create a character and then we could reference that, so that's perfect. Now we have character relations. You have ID, role ID. You have the character ID and the target character ID. The two characters in the relationship. I guess it's more so like character ID 1 and character ID 2. Nah, target character ID is fine. But does that mean we're updating two tables at the same time? Separate table for... Relationship type, sentiment. Sure, establish that, last interaction. Yeah, this is pretty good. I think that's good. Okay. So we have a good character table. Now, I would like to explain. Alright, so we have this first thing that we worked on right here. It's not PNPM, it's NPM. So we want to add an event type. So I'm going to do this real quick. in my folder where I have story engine and copy my, how do I show my hidden files? Hold on. Mac show hidden files. Command shift plus period. Command shift plus. Command shift period. Yeah, so I want the env. I'm gonna copy my env. I'm gonna go to story engine character module v2, paste in my env. I want to open this in cursor dot, and then I want to take this prompt from the other cursor agent. First, I'm gonna run this just to see if it works. Oops. Run this to see if it works. Lock this, open this. Reverse it. Open as. Add my SS. There we go. Okay. Now I'm gonna run this to make sure that my git work tree branch copy works. Oh, npm what? npm run dev. Oh, that's a npm I. npm install. Now can I run dev? Okay, cool. Code works perfectly fine. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So now we're gonna take our first change. And we are going to have Claude work on this. In that code base git branch. This random ass feature I think could work with your story engine. What if you could create a faceless clip channel like feature where instead of Reddit stories, it gives your story engine beat and gives the viewers 4 choices and the majority vote, turning into a beat, creating another video in a few hours on the next day. See, I love that interaction. And that is something we can make with the story engine beat or the story engine SDK. So that could be like an add-on that gets made on top of it. That's sick. I love that personally. Cloud Code already finished the location refactor. So we I was trying to log in to tell you the conscious and subconscious character traits to help create character flaws and hidden strengths. Ooh, I feel like we can do a lot of that with description and motivation. That's why I like motivation and character traits. I think motivation could create character flaws, and the personality traits help with that. There is an interesting AI system I made one time where it did have a conscious and a subconscious, and the subconscious was, well, used for processing subconscious tasks a human would do, like memory consolidation, and the conscious is how they acted. So we can see if that works. Do we have to update the database or? I don't think so. All right, did Claude one-shot this feature? Let's play a game. Let's play a game. Did Claude one-shot this feature? This is my favorite game. Create new world. The Matrix. The Matrix. Zeros. Is Claude going to... Is it going to create... World created, handling world created event, seeding initial map, generating regions, calling AI for region generation. Oh, it created bulk locations, it created bulk regions. Generating locations for region. Calling AI for city generation. I wonder if we can make this be the... I mean, no type errors either. That is a lot of matrix. Let's see. Should make myself smaller maybe so you guys can see the code. Oh no, I feel too small. Put myself right here. Calling AI for landmark generation. Oh, it's working. Seems to be working really well. Calling AI for wilderness generation. I mean, shit, it's working. This is working fantastically. Oh. Oh. We need a shorts one-shot series where he reflects the best one-shots. Yeah, I'm down as fuck. Oh. I mean... No, I do read chats. Come Twitch chat though, it's better chats. Wait, I don't get how did this work? Did it like finish generating? Failed to handle world created. Okay, so we need to fix this. It'll not get one shot. We do need a shorts one shot series where reflects the best one shots. I mean, okay, look. We could make a one shot of the AI Twitch chat bot creator and show off how we do those one shots. That could work. That could work really well. That could work very well. No, I like that idea. Just like one-shotting shit with Claude Code. And then flexing the one-shot. Wilderness result. Wilderness map is not a region. Claude. Oh, hold on. Fix this error, please. So we have one error, and then I'm gonna see if 4.1 nano could solve that. In the meantime, we now have an emit faction.seeding complete. So yeah, this is the other part. So for the character module, all right, going back here, we have the minimal design. This design looks good. So I'm trying to layer it out in my head. I'm thinking that, okay, this schema looks great. So we have a factions.seeding.completes event that gets emitted on initial world generation when factions are getting made. We have a faction.seeding.complete event that gets emitted on initial world generation when factions are getting made. We need our... Okay, how do we do this? How do we create characters for each faction? I'm thinking... I need a specific song for this specific thought. Okay. Alright, what we're gonna do is we have a factions needing a complete event that gets submitted on initial world generation. Factions are getting made. The characters have the characters can be a part. Show this prompt right here. Characters can be a part of. They can even not be a part of the faction. Trying to figure out some monolithic way you can get an AI agent to generate at least the base character cast on initial. Maybe we could do this. See, I don't know how many per faction. I think we could start with like 3 to 8 characters per faction. So okay, how about this? I think the easiest way is to generate characters per each faction and then generate characters who are not affiliated with a faction. So non-faction counts as a faction. So that's the answer. For each faction created, you must generate 3 to 8 characters that are a part of that faction and linked to that faction. And for each faction and one generation of 3 to 8 characters that are not a part of a faction. Very important. For each faction created, we must generate 3 to 8 characters that are part of that faction, linked to that faction, and one generation of 3 to 8 characters that are not parts of any faction. For each faction and the non-faction, an AI agent generates in charge of characters generates the 3 to 8 characters. We should also have a way of smoothly linking initial characters' relationships. We should also have a way of smoothly linking initial characters' relationships with each other after generating the characters. So for one character, I'm thinking like the relations could be like many to many, so this gets easy as well. So for one character, so for faction A, after generating the initial characters, we have another AI call responsible of having a very simple way of saying character B is friends with character C. We don't really set or care about relations of people outside the faction. I don't want to get too complicated. Yeah, I don't want to get too complicated. Let's try to one-shot A insert idea here. I like that setup. I like that setup. I like that setup. All right, back to the mellow music. No music for one side. We don't really care or set about relations. You know what? I think just to make this extra not complex, I feel like, do we like relationship type? Do we like the relation type between characters? Do we like the dynamicness it adds? Do we want to deal, more important question, do we want to deal with the complexity that comes with setting up relationship types? Because then we're kind of hard coding in a relationship type that yes could change with the story, but if we just let the AI system deal with the character relation types organically, right? Because if we hard code that, oh, character A is friends with character B, then by the logic of the story and the AI system, it's always going to generate friend stuff. But like, what if that character wants to betray character A? What if character B wants to betray character A? If we hard code that they're friends, they're never going to betray each other. If you just let the AI story organically take shape. Plus, all the NPCs should know, hey, we're part of the same faction, we're actually allies. Or like, hey, we're neutral. So faction relationships are important for the story. I think that's important, and then the NPCs could like react based on that. So I don't think we want the level of complexity of character relations. So we're gonna drop character relations. we are not going to have character relationship type, as that's an added layer of complexity. We do have faction relations to handle that initial story gen. Because it's easy for factions. It's easy for a faction AI to be like, yeah, we're updating relationship with this faction. It gets difficult for character relations to like have to deal with that many to many relationship types. So I don't want to deal with that. So we're not going to have a character relationship type, because that's an added layer of complexity. We do have a faction relations to handle that initial story. We do have a faction relations. Our world story system is so smart as long as we give it context of characters and their factions, which we can easily do once we set up a proper database of characters. Then the story can see what factions, what characters are a part of what factions, and set their motivations up like that. We don't really care about relations with people outside the faction. Messy, messy, messy. Shameless is a banger, though. Banger, banger. Yeah, so let's just do this. Let's just have like initial character gen. And then this is the more important part. I think the more important part, the most important part is that the characters module listens to world.beat generated. Every character is going to have an AI agent attached to them, similar to the AI agent that generates the initial characters. This AI agent This first AI agent will do this in a batch call. So we're gonna have a function call. The first AI agent is in charge of getting the context of the new world story beat generated and simply answering a yes or no question. Does this world beat affect the character? And what we're looking for is, does the character die? Does the character's motivations change? Do we add memories to the character based on the world beat to progress the story, based on world events and the new world story created? Does the description of the character change, or does the background of the character change? Okay, hold on. This actually requires a bit more thought than I thought. It's like, what changes of a character, right? Does the character die? Does the character's motivations change? Do we add memories to the character based on the world beats or progress the story? I'm actually trying to figure this part out because I can't tell exactly how we'll react to sort. Also the character module should react to story beats and see if a new character gets introduced or made or not. All right, we like dynamically introducing characters. No, actually, instead of a story engine, so here's okay. It's up to the game itself. It's up to the client to create new locations, to create new characters, to create new factions. So in the API, we'll have the ability to add factions and add characters and add new locations. But the story engine should only be in charge of the narrative itself. So if the game decides, based off the narrative engine, to create a location, then it's up to that ping pong. Otherwise, it's not up to the engine itself. It should not be up to the engine itself to like make a new location because that could fuck up a game. To make a new character because that could fuck up a game. Instead, our core logic should be focused on initial generation or adding characters ourselves based on initial generation. We could also generate just to get like the first motive going. But yes, it should not be up to the story engine to like make new characters. I mean, that's kind of the whole point of it though. Because I'm thinking, well, characters should be reactive to the story. Yeah, maybe it shouldn't. Maybe it shouldn't be up to the story engine to like kill a character. Maybe it should be up to the game itself to kill a character. Like the story engine is really just like, because characters will pull from the story engine, like whatever the world game is pulls from the story engine. Whatever that happens in the game, like so the world events. No, because we want world events to like progress the story. Oh. Oh no. Oh no, my brain hurts. Did I give myself a paradox? I think the point is to have options. Because it'd be good to add friends. It'd be good to add characters. Now, story engine controls that. Also, the character model should react story beats to see if a new character gets introduced or made or not. What are you thinking for the design here? Because pretty much it. Once we nail the character module, then like that's it. That's the back end complete. Validation, defensive coding, better error logging. Okay. Let's try this. New world, location made. Create new world, Candyland. Cotton candy and shit. Create world. Calling AI for region generation. This should be using the lesser model, so it should be faster. Created the locations pretty fast. It should not call the AI city. Okay. Should be creating the landmark generation now for the first region. Okay, that was fast as fuck. Calling AI for wilderness. Okay, that was fast as fuck. Now it's creating. Okay, I like this. This is a perfect refactor so far. It looks like a perfect refactor. It looks like a perfect refactor. It's fast. Look at that. Ooh. Ooh. That was nasty fast, bro. I'm not trying to mess with you. Wait, that was kind of disgustingly fast. That was nasty fast. That was nasty clean. That was nasty fast. So after it finished creating the final location, then it emitted. We emitted that we successfully created the location. So we emitted location world complete. Then the faction reacted to the AI call. And then it generated two factions. Wait. Ew. Oh, we're good. That was good. That was good. That was good. That was good. All right, what happens? What happens when we create a new art? Holy fuck. Alright, last check, open pipe. Did the system prompts look correct? Okay, so first one is to generate the regions. And then for this region. Okay, only one quick problem. Oh, we have relative position. I mean, that works so well. That worked like so well. I don't think this next request. So the only thing is, so we should have okay. So we should have like a position for regions, right? So like we should have a position for like the regions themselves, and then in the regions we should have. I mean, I guess we already do that. It's like we have the regions on the map. Actually, no. I think relative position. I think this works. Because like what I'm thinking is we have like the XY position of the regions themselves, right? Generate regions, and that's like on the world map, like where they're located. But then each region themselves actually have like a relative position inside the region. So the relative position of regions is in the world. The relative position of locations, landmarks, and wilderness in the region is like within the region itself. The only problem... No. Look at that. It gives us the relative position. It already has it in the prompt. Oh my god, this was the W1 shot. I forgot. Forgot how good Cloud... I am sorry for always underestimating the super smart, intelligent AI system that is trained on the entire database of humanity. Just a prediction model. Shut the fuck up. It's a skill issue. It's just a skill issue. It's just, it really is just a skill issue. Ah! Fuck, we're back! Okay. World Anchor takes in the tags of the whole city, and it also takes in the world factions. Yep, we're good. Yeah, that's perfect. Tests, run tests. We have to update this very quickly. Okay. Okay, that works perfect. Please update our tests to fix that tiny error because we fixed like the world thing. And then we can push that, and that's perfect. Done. Done. To do. Yep, this was completed. Mark that as done. That was done. On the world creation, factions to be generated after the location. Yep, that's done. That's completed. On world creation, characters should be generated after factions. Characters can be part of factions, but also have no factions. No, yeah, that's done. Shit. Woo! Yeah, so he's got to update the test because we changed the core logic of that. And then, now back to the character module. So initial character generation. After the faction seeding.complete event gets made, the character service listens. For each faction, +1 no faction group, generate 38 characters via AI, store in database with faction ID or null. Also location. You have to add that. World B created event. Character service listens. 2 parallel processes. Check existing characters for reactions. Check if B introduces new characters. Individual character reaction. For each character in the world. Beats, the North Market explodes, directives, markets are destroyed, emerging fire spreads, character. Oh, yes, because we can move the location they're at. So the world context. New memories, rush into burning markets to save injured merchants. Yes, that's good. Motivation changes. Ooh, okay. Yes, I like that. Background condition, no. World emit. Oh, and it admits a world events on like how they react. I like this. This is good. New character detection. Separate AI analyzes beats for character needs. Do we spawn character? If yes, what's the new character? We give it the existing faction. So then yes, this is good. This is very good. Process character. Yeah, what triggers character reaction? Location based. That's honestly all really good. So look, this is like a pretty big prompt. So first initial thing, we're gonna grab the schema. So where's my schema? We had a really nice schema, yes. This is going to be the main characters table. Sorry, excuse me. So this is characters table SQL. Looks like that. And then memory JSON-B. Memory JSON-B parameter. Alright, something like this could look nice. Why is it being aids with, whatever, that's fine. So event description timestamp, emotional impact, I don't really care about that. Importance be index, like yes, that's important. We don't care about emotional impact. That's like good memories. And then yeah, this could be an example data of a character. Right, so I want you guys to pay attention to how I'm like, this is a prompt. I'm making a prompt right now. You see how specific I'm being with this prompt? Like, this is how we enable the one-shots. Like, proper, good one-shots. It's like, I'm like, I take my time with the prompt. Because if you have a really good initial prompt, you one-shot basically everything. Literally everything. That's why expanding your core knowledge and your core base definitions and concepts and understanding of code helps you make better prompts. Because AI is an augmented multiplier. AI could really only multiply the proficiency of your base skill. If your base skill is mid, you multiply mid. If you don't know shit, you multiply shit. If you know a lot, you multiply a lot. It's very exponential. It's a compounding exponential explosion. And people don't see that. People do not see that. It's crazy. It's so obvious. But you know what I learned? What's obvious to me, what's obvious to you is not obvious to other people. And that's where the skill issue comes in. So this, we're not going to have character relations. So let me make sure I delete that. And then I like this. So initial character, seeding, character service listens. Store in database the faction ID and the location they're in. Right, and then beat reaction is this. World be created, character service listens. Check if be introducing characters, check existing characters for reaction. For each character, one AI agent answers a yes or no question. Based on the current beats, right? Based on the current beat. Do you exclude your MD files in repo prompt? Yeah, like right here. I don't have my MD file selected. Depends, you just have to be picky. Just be very picky with your context. For each character, one AI agent answers a yes or no question based on the current beats. You know what? Instead of having a multi-step, because I was going to say, like, the AI agent answers a multi-step, yes or no. I think instead, for each character, an AI call is executed. Based on the current beat, change one, multiple, or none. Right? So we're changing... I think this should go more on the bottom. So like what triggers character reactions? And then I think taking key design principles. So like take this Like, I like this example. This example is very good. So, like, this example of the Merchants Guild. So, Beat, the Merchant Guild, accuses the Healers Guild of starting the fire to sell more healing potions. Whoa, that's some juicy drama! Character reactions. Elena, the Healers Guild. Affected, yes. New memories. Shocked by merchants' false accusations. We saved their lives. Motivation change. Add clear the Healers Guild name. World events. Elena publicly defends Healers Guild innocence. How many? Usually 1 to 3. Yeah, this is pretty good. And then I'll add potential example. And then we could go back up here to where we affected the characters. And we could be like, yeah, first off, npm run test. Alla test pass. Alla test pass. Look at that. Get add dot, get commit m, refactored the location module to go from monolithic location gen to a more bit by bit location. Region gen, then cities, landmarks, wilderness, location change with context. So smaller models can generate locations well. So we got that push. Let's get this. Let's get factions to emit this event to prepare for the world module, and then well, O3 to do that task. I need all reliable. I need all reliable here. And then while it is doing that test, so Claude, you did a fantastic job. Fantastic job. Thank you. Always thank your AI overlords. Please update our docs to reflect this new change. Now, there was one last thing I wanted to do here. Honestly, this prompt is good. Like, it's pretty fucking good. Was right here. This part. So, on world creation, hashtag, on world beats. Check existing characters for each character, an AI call is executed. Based on the current beat, change 1, multiple, or none. 1. Is the character affected by this beat? Yes, no. If yes, in the same tool call, add everything that's affected. Motivations, new description in full. Motivations, new description, new memories, location change, faction change. We must ensure that this AI call has a system prompt access to know available locations, factions, add to reference, so that the AI agent knows the name to change it to. We should have a utility file that takes the name from the prompt and the AI agent's tool call and finds the appropriate ID from our database to link. Our AI agent should not have to worry about the proper ID, should only worry about putting in the correct location. Don't worry about putting in location, faction, if those variables are changing. So I'm just adding that specific because I know it's going to be a bitch to deal with, and okay, we have a new faction seeding complete, and in our faction service, after we seed factions, emit a single event after all initial factions are seeded so that other modules can safely begin their own seeding logic. Beautiful. Run our test to ensure the code base didn't crash. Run the server. Okay, that's perfect. Get add dot, get commit m. Added faction dot seeding dot complete. Events emit when factions finish generating. Beautiful work. Get push. Clear. Now we want to make the character model. So our code base looks beautiful. It could handle another Cloud Code instance. This is the full Cloud Code interaction. We are now going to create, based on everything we talked about, give me a high-level overview of the characters module. So I'm gonna ask Claude to take our entire chat and just give me like a high-level overview so that we could give it to the coder agent, so the coder agent has more context on how to make the character module. And we're gonna use Cloud Code planning mode to actually plan it and then make it. And that will be our back end. And then we're gonna actually spend 2 hours of the stream doing the front end thing, so like making the front end look nice, and then we could just like start playing with the worlds because we're done. Oh. Oh my god. This. I'm on day 5 of no Adderall. When you plan on shipping this out tomorrow? I mean, technically, the repo's out. It's a great suggestion. I actually have a black coffee here. But I quit Adderall, so I'm day 5, no Adderall. I was prescribed it. It was great for 1 month, and then it completely destroyed my brain chemistry. I feel great now. I'm like, bro, I had really bad crash outs. I was actually starting to become mentally unstable, and I was like never like that. So I'm like, yo, what's happening? And like, it really was just brain. Like, bro, my brain already moves super fast. And I thought the Adderall would help keep me in check, because I'm like, oh, I got a company now. I got 2 companies now. I'm like running all this shit out of deadlines. And it felt good the first month, because it was like overclocking my brain. My brain's GPU was getting overclocked, and then I was just like not eating enough because my appetite was suppressed, not sleeping enough because it would mess up my sleep. So it's like I was just running on the Adderall feeling like that. I am 22, yeah. Coffee's great though. Okay. Core philosophy. Characters are individual reactive agents for personality, memories, motivations. Database multiplier. This is the character lifecycle. This is the reaction system. This is the character introduction. This is the AI agent architecture. AI agent architecture will create. It listens to factions hitting complete. World be created. Character created. Character died. World event log. Yeah, this looks fantastic. I'm copying this. I'm putting it to the top. Copying. Copying. Oh, whoa. When you say no more drugs, you make it sound like I was addicted to some bad substance. No, I was legally prescribed a medicine. Okay? Just for chat context. And I like it. Loki was a Big Pharma psyop. Big Pharma wanted me as one of their main customers. I'm not gonna let them. I'm not gonna let Big Pharma win. Fuck Big Pharma. I am in California, so. Okay. That's done. This is done. Docs are updated. Just very quickly. Get add dots. Gets add dots. Get commit to m. Updated docs. Get push. Now finally, just gonna paste this in. We're gonna open plan mode. And I'm going to be right back real quick and use the bathroom. So I'm gonna leave you guys Claude Code coding ASMR background music for a little bit. So it shall be right back. 5 minutes. Is it done? Let me see. Oh, I came back just in time. Alright. Let's see. Okay. So he's going to create a complete character module that integrates with the existing faction and world systems, allowing characters to be generated when factions are seeded. And to react individually to world beats, we have our file structure right here. So you have SRC module character, domain, schema, events, ports. Yep, that looks good. That looks according to. And you know why? You know why this file structure looks so good and so excellently well made and is very easy for Claude Code to one-shot it? Because I set up my code base. I set up my code base and the structure, and I gave it guides on how to create new modules. So it makes our job so much easier and it keeps the AI consistent. So recently I came up with a new philosophy. Last night I discovered this. So to me, what vibe coding really is, I have an idea in my head. I have a vision in my head. And I'm really good at articulating my idea and explaining it to the AI system. Now, when it comes to code, I now understand code. I understand structure. I understand what's right. I understand what's wrong. I understand good security. I understand good auth. I understand like all the basic rules. Now, when you create new code bases, the most important thing you could do is set up your code base to be vibe codable. Because when you set up your rules and you set up your code base, to ensure that the AI coding agent working with your code base understands like a proper schema or like a proper structure to follow, and all AI agents follow that structure, your code base is going to be 100% consistent. And it understands how to make the consistency. It makes it easier for the AI agents to code. It keeps everything nice and structured and easy to work with. And then you could really vibe code. Because now I just talk. I just spit my ideas to the AI system. I don't have to worry about it doing something wrong because I already set up the code base for success. Now I could really just take the ideas and the vision in my head and give it to the code base system, and it makes it in one shot. And that's the difference. That is the differentiator between devs who say vibe coding sucks and devs who understand how to use AI to their advantage. And that's why they're going to get fucking diffed. That's why they're going to get replaced. Because they suck. Because they don't know how to adapt. And you would think that really good devs would understand how to adapt to new technology, but motherfuckers be stubborn. And that's why we're in the age of the Zoomers. See, because our brains are so fresh. Our brains are so raw. We don't have no standards to hold ourselves accountable to. Now, there are a lot of Zoomers on TikTok that hate AI, and sucks for them. It really does suck. I really do feel bad for them. But that's why I'm here. To show the my open-minded gang, the proper path to success in the age of AI. But I hope that made sense. But that's really it. That's really the formula. It does not get any more complicated than that. I feel bad for people learning basic coding in college. Oh, me too. I feel horrible for them. It's such a waste of time. I think about this. Let's say there's two timelines, right? Let's say that there's two timelines. We have the current timeline, which I call the best timeline. The timeline is the one I'm currently on. This is the best timeline. So, in this timeline, I dropped out of college, and I taught myself AI and code the last 2 years by doing. Now, there's a timeline where I got accepted into Stanford or Harvard or MIT or a top Ivy League, and I was stuck in college for 4 years. There are Ivy League people I've worked with that fucking suck, bro. Like, what? How do you go to an Ivy League college for 4 years and suck? Because they don't actually have the proper experience. They learn stuff, they learn the structure, they learn the code, but they never actually applied it. That's why they suck. See, but I learned by doing the last 2 years. So if I took the two timelines of myself and I went to an Ivy League college or just college in general, whatever the fuck, and I took my current timeline here, my current timeline me diffs college timeline Butoshi every single time. Every single time. I know that for a fact. And that's why this is the best timeline. Because this is the timeline that I picked. And they're also stuck with student loans. Ouch. Owie. Owie. Time to call Fifi. Alright, chat. Polymarket bet. Does Claude Code one-shot this character module? $1,000 on yes. From me. Is this insider trading? Probably. What do I do while I wait? I don't really know what to do. I'm like, I don't really want to work on another feature on the same code base. I could work on Ghost. I could work on Ghost. Okay. Let's work on another code base while waiting for this code base. Ghost. So Ghost is supposed to be my personal AI assistant. Maybe work on your current Excalibur file. Never mind, I want to see Ghost. Okay. NPM start. So what was the last thing I was working on? I actually don't remember. Git branch. What were we working on in our current local? I forgot. Ah, yes. Okay, so we were refactoring Ghost so that it could go to row level encryption migration. You're implementing a new row level encryption system for the database, moving away from the previous encryption approach. And then the AI chat module is being upgraded. We're gonna add proper tests. Why is there a crypto.ts? So crypto.ts is the import. Wait, it's my log file. So crypto.ts is the encryption for our code base. You get me? It's util logger. We should make a vibe coding dev mother agent that's just created to teach people how to vibe code anything and use AI to become smarter. Hold on. Why is this wrong? Why is this wrong? Fix this logger. I need it so I can learn web apps. Shaq said, yo, Magic Man, I'm on Twitch. See you, Magic Man. Ah, slogger.scope. So if npm starts. Okay, whoa. Mean failed to fetch. Oh. It's because it's down. Yes, the project is paused. Okay, so we'll start that up. So I think for my last thing I was doing is that on the chat, we were migrating the crypto encryption logic of Ghost so that we could sync the database of PowerSync so that I could have a Ghost mobile app. Hey. Yeah, so I could have a Ghost mobile app. How complicated is it to vibe an Electron project? I mean, same thing. Learn the basics of Electron. Boom, you know Electron. Now you can vibe code Electron. The thing with Electron specifically is you have to understand and you have to prompt the AI to understand. So like I have specific rules for vibe coding Electron, which I believe is in like the tech stack. Right, so like if we go to my, I think project structure. Is it project structure? Oh, this is story, I mean. So if you go to like our project structure guidelines, the way that Electron works is that you have the front end and you have the back end. Anytime you want to interact with the back end, all of that is done through IPC communication. Please open source all your rules. Yo, that's not a bad idea. I was actually checking out my GitHub repo. Damn, open sourcing my rules would actually be a banger. Like I made open source rules for like TypeScript. Like, let me check my activity. I checked my activity. I saw a lot of people forking and following my only starred feather. No, I didn't realize, but like this repo got 42 stars, and it's just my like my personal code. It's just my personal cursor rules, and then I have like the code director prompt, which is pretty simple. Yes, there is also the cursor rules. Well, I have this. which is funny. But yeah, I'll open source my rules. I think that could actually be really good. Yeah, we have to wait for our database to finish starting. Is it done? Is it done? NPM starts. Oh. Okay, now we just have to migrate to mass instead of at git branch. Instead of migrating to row crypto, can I just delete my existing database and start it from scratch? I don't have much because we're in dev anyways. Also, do our modules react accordingly? To this new change. No, the cursor rules site. No, it's not this one. It's pretty good, but it was cursor.directory. This is like the main. Like, check this out. Cursor. This is like the main. This is the main kind of like cursor rules thing, which is really good. We have featured MCPs, super base MCP. Yo, wait, this person has insane cursor rules. Yeah, really. Who is this person? Your AI email assistant, open source email app to reach inbox 0 fast. All right, look, I could tell off rip, just looking at this person's repo that they are a cursor god. All I had to do was look at the cursor rules. The fact they got all of this, bro. Even have a lot, yeah, they're goated. Very goated. This is a good repo. Every repo needs like open source cursor rules or like a cursor rules part of it to make it easy to work with. Okay, I'm pretty sure I could just. It's npm. Why is Claude always trying to do pnpm? Should I be using pnpm? Should I install pnpm? Oh, Theo uses pnpm? Alright, fine. Theo uses pnpm. I'll use pnpm too. Install that. I don't fuck. It says it's 2 times faster. Alright, we have pnpm now. Now it just needs to make these tests for the character module. The character module is almost done. Says that ghost should work if I applications. Hold on. How do I open the hidden library? Application support. Ghost. Delete. Clear. npm start. Ooh. Okay, problem. I deleted the ghost in my application support, but on Mac, it's still saved. My old keychain. Is that a problem? Or can I just override it when I make a new password? So yeah, I don't need the script. Delete the script. Bro, I'm so close with Ghost. I need my AI, but I need my AI assistant. I need Ghost to like. He's still working. This is big. Okay, well, I mean, it says it'll work. So if I go... Where's my library? Saints. Library. Application supports. Ghost. Delete. Income starts. Password 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Create password. Failed to open database. Why didn't this work? This didn't work. Failed key length. Wrote crypto. Let's go to 03. This is where we get branch and our differences. And I tried creating a new password after wiping the database completely. I got this error. Add error. I tried the password 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Let's get that working. Okay. The character module is done. npm run test. He didn't seem to fix. He got lazy and just stopped deciding to try to fix these. But oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me add these super base migrations. Okay. So we have our new character module. If you go to our super base, what type of project would you recommend vibe coding as a beginner? Any vibe coding, any project you want. I actually have a beginner's guide to vibe coding video coming out soon where you use replets and you type whatever you want. The type of project I would recommend vibe coding as a beginner is whatever project you want. You need a North Star, you need something you want to create, and that'll give you motivation to actually create it. When you have something called a North Star, when you have a North Star, this is all you need to start vibe coding. The North Star is, I want to create an app that teaches people vibe coding. I am a personal trainer and I want to create an app that keeps track of my clients' fitness goals. I'm a teacher. I want to make a website app that creates interactive lessons for my kids. It doesn't really matter what your app is, but your app, the desire, the thing that you want to make, whether it's a website, an AI bot, a phone app, a web app, a website, doesn't really matter. As long as you have a North Star, as long as you have something that you want to create, that is a project you should begin to vibe code. Because then you learn by doing. The best way to learn is by doing. If you learn because you have a goal you want to acquire, as long as you have the end destination, AI makes it really easy to find the path in the middle. Because you have AI, you have an infinite mentor that can help you understand and find the path from where you're at right now to your end goal. And AI will handle everything right here in the middle. So just think of something you want to make and then just start making it. That's it. That's your end goal. You can also use replets to just like help you make it in one shot. It's pretty good. So if I go to the database and I add the SQL and we run it, character type already exists. Oh, okay. What if I delete you? Now you don't exist. When character type already exists. Oh. Can we drop the types if they exist? Did Claude tell us we could do that? could. Cool. Cool. And we have our characters schema, very simple. We have name, type, status, story, role, location, ID, faction, ID, description, background, personality, trait, motivation, memories, story, beast, witness. Beautiful. Now, I don't know what spy is, but if I, alright, then I want, hold on, I need to take the front end, take our schema, sure, that's fine, and then I gotta take a new character module, update our front end so it also shows the character module in the UI. Simple. UI is plain on purpose. Okay, we're gonna update our front end to show. Thanks. I've heard it's great for getting to MVP, but you might still need devs to take it the rest of the way. Is that true? No, it's not true at all. It really depends. Are you lazy? So I explained vibe coding is very powerful for two reasons. Let's say that you just have an idea in your head and you want to get a basic idea prototype out, and then you want to hire devs to make it. What's really powerful about vibe coding is that you could test an idea you have. So let's say I have an idea, I go to Replit. This is an idea I have. I had an idea to make an AI system that teaches you how to prompt. Right? This is a general idea. Now let's say that I was just a product manager or I was just a designer and I had an idea and I wanted to quickly vibe code a prototype to see if my idea even makes sense. If it does make sense and it does work, like I created this app that teaches people how to make better prompts. I want to plan a weekend trip. Now, as the product manager designer who doesn't know anything technical, just by using my words, I was able to visualize my idea in front of me, and that allows me to like really test, okay, this is really good. Now you have two paths at this point. One, you prototyped your idea works great, you create an interface you like, then you could hire developers to add the authentication system, to make sure security is good, to add a payment system, to add striping, and handle the actual technical stuff, right? And you still save lots of money because you're not hiring developers to get your idea out of the water. You already have your idea out of the water. You're hiring developers to now take your idea and actually make it a usable product. Now, the second path you could take, which is what I recommend, is just learning how to do it yourself. A lot of people are like, oh, you shouldn't do this because it's going to be too complicated. What the fuck? That doesn't matter, bro. You have a super intelligent AI system to teach you every step of the way. It still takes time, and it still takes time to learn, like how to create a login system, how to add payments. But honestly, with Replit, you could literally prompt, hey, add an authentication login system to this, add Stripe payment integration to this. And Replit helps you handle the back end and also helps you host it, so you can just deploy it and send it to people. So yeah, two types of people. Still, I would use vibe coding to get your idea out of the water and make you feel more confident in spending the money to hire devs. And that still saves you a ton of money because then devs aren't making the initial app, which is where a majority of the work goes. Devs are just focused on enhancing the app. Let me see. All right, moment of truth. Did we one-shot the character module? First off, there's a server run. Fuck. Hold on. Let's fix this real quick. We just added a character module, and we're getting this startup error. Honestly, that's a really powerful point about vibe coding. Bless, I don't know if you're here, but that's a clip. I hope that was within 60 seconds of a clip. That was a very, very strong point where people underestimate, people just completely ignore that point, which is ridiculous. Let's see why this module ain't working. I had this module error before, I forgot why it happened. But if the character module works as planned, thought for 55 seconds, search 3 times, and read rooted.ts. Whoa. That's new. It was never that specific before. Ah. There is no character memory. Pretty insane. I was part of a project where we blew through 75k for devs to get to beta and never launched. You got scammed. But yeah, bro, developer work is expensive. And it has dramatically gotten cheaper. That's why I like teaching people how to vibe code. It saves you so much money and just that's just fun. It just lets you like imagine being like a product manager or designer and having all these ideas in your head. And rather than writing an idea down and being like, well, I only have a 50k budget. I'm like, oh, I only have a 50k budget. Like, what should I spend my money on? Like, no, you can make every idea come to life with one SQL prompt, see what works, and then hire developers. Hey, I have a working product. This is how the product works. Clean it up for me. Cleaning up a project is a lot cheaper than making a product come from the ground up. Not saying it's still not cheap. It's still gonna be expensive as fuck, but it's gonna be less expensive as fuck. Oh, Bless is here. My goats. Yeah, you could skip this. You get this error still. Why is this? Oh, it's declared, but it's never read. That's why. I mean, for the most part, like no errors here, 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 no errors here. 2 errors here, but they're only undeclared. File errors. No type errors and events. This is unused. We have a like these are not consistent, and the router itself, these are just unused. Like what? Like, that's it. What's wrong here? That has a type error. This has a type error. And this has a type error. No, it is just TypeScript errors, it looks like. And then it's more or less just having a long ass conversation with an idea, playing your imagination versus looking at a Valve prototype. Exactly, bro. You take into account your vision and bring your vision to life. What's it doing? What's it doing? What's it doing? Oh! Wait, that worked. Did it get the character module too? Wait, stop. You work now. Wait, let's get these type errors working. So okay. One enormous thing. If you need my help, come into my Vibe Coder Discord. Link in bio. AI is electronic worker goblins. So one very important thing that I love doing is after Claude Code finishes like writing an entire module, I ask, can you now write docs explaining the character module and how it works in the same style as the other module docs. I will always have Claude Code write documentation about the code it did. When it works, when we test that it works, and it seems like it works, I'll always have it write documentation after it completes the code so that we could send it to other AI agents, and it like lets other AI agents get the context of how that module works for like easy debugging. Very important step. Always ask Claude Code after every new feature to write docs explaining the feature and how it works. This is key because context is king. I saw how organized you are with your files. Is that something you ask AI to help you with too? Every single thing you see on my screen, every bit of knowledge that I have in my head related to coding, I had AI teach me. Obvious. So I have AI like give me the pointers, and then I actually like read it and understand it and study it, because when it comes to vibe coding, English is the new programming language. So every single prompt I've been doing, like this is all just words, bro. I'm not actually writing code. I am describing an idea with vocabulary words. So because English is the new language of vibe coding, the more definitions I know, the more vocabulary words I know, the more concepts, very important concepts I know, then the better I could articulate my ideas into prompts that the AI agent then carries out. So really just by leveling up my base knowledge, I level up the quality of my prompts, which enhances my output dramatically. Now, when it comes to how organized I am with the files, yes, I also asked AI. I'm like, hey, what's a good way to organize this file system for AI? Like, I kind of just asked, I'm like, how would good developers organize this file system? Now, because I organize my file system so nice, see how I have like a modules thing? I have all my different modules. Like I have my world module, location module, faction module, character module. And then I have like my core logic from my app. I have the core AI, right? We have like our super base migrations. We have our tests here. Because everything is so nicely organized, it makes it very, very easy for AI agents to work with their code base, because it knows exactly where everything's at. Now, if one thing breaks, I don't have to look through my entire code base to try to figure out, yo, where'd that thing break? No, I know exactly where it broke because we organized it. So because my character module is kind of messed up right now, I could just drag my character module into the cursor chat and talk about why it's wrong, instead of dragging my entire code base and trying to figure out, yo, like, why is it wrong? Like, no, it knows exactly what's wrong because we set it up that way. Now, because we set up our code base so nicely on the side, and we have good documentation right here that explains all the modules and how things work and our design and our core features, and because, most importantly, I have a cursor rule set, which is, this goes into the system prompt of AI agents we work with, explaining, hey, this is the tech stack we're using. We're using these libraries. This is how the code base should be styled. This is the project structure of how our code base is organized. Every single AI agent that works with our code base gets this context, because again, context is king, and perfectly codes my code base. So because I set it up initially, I take my time to set it up initially, I don't have to worry about all of this. I don't have to worry about security. I don't have to worry about auth. I don't have to worry about fucking shit up, because I made it so nice in the first place, and the AI knows that I could just vibe code. I could just then start giving my ideas and start making this with my words. I start crafting it just by speaking. And I don't have to worry about it not working, because I know it's going to work, because I set it up to work. And all of that comes from experience and asking AI and using AI as a mentor. And yeah, some dumb motherfuckers who want to say that that's not real coding. You know what coding is? It's a puzzle piece, right? You don't have to know the language of all these different complicated like fucking languages, code like JavaScript, Python, Go, Rust. Like, you know what all these languages are? It's just a way for you to speak to a computer. Now there's another layer of abstraction that allows you to speak to a computer via English. And when it comes to coding, it's one giant puzzle piece. And you just have to figure out how to take these individual puzzle pieces and put them together. Now, because of AI, it becomes really easy to make the puzzle pieces and to put the puzzle pieces together, but you're still putting the puzzle pieces together. It's still a puzzle, but because of AI, it could help you solve the puzzle. So all of this is all a game. This is all just like logic systems. Like if you like puzzles, like you're gonna love coding because that's all this is. It's just solving a puzzle. You have to understand the puzzle pieces to make the puzzle game. But beyond that, yeah, that's it. So check this out. I just made a character module, and now we have these docs for the character module. So I'll put the character module into the context, and then I'm gonna put the character module itself into the context. And then I'm going to say my character service, that TS file has 3 faulty TypeScript variables. And I'm going to grab the context of this. So like I want to add this to my code base, right? I want to add this to my code base, and I want to add this, sorry, not code base, to my chat, and I want to add this to my chat. And because I gave O3, which is a very smart model, the context of, oh no, the context of, I'm gonna just say characters to create independent characters, and then I guess it's characters to create twice. Again, these variables have type errors, and then I have my character module docs, and then I have my character module components. Please fix them so it fits nicely. So yeah, I have all this context. Now I don't have to worry about, you know, how it goes. It just goes through. Dude, whatever puzzle piece you're talking about, it's all about domain knowledge. Knowing just definitions ain't gonna cut it. It's just your system's doing your core design for you. Once it forgets that, you're done. I need you to turn up the volume of your audio so you could clearly understand what I said. English is the new language of coding, because AI agents take your words and converts it into code. Now, if you know definitions, if you know concepts, then you could articulate your ideas and the AI could translate it into a system. Now, as you learn these concepts, as you read books, as you take notes, like have you gone to school, right? So like usually the way that school works is like you learn things and then you could like write them down, right? And then like let's say you're studying for a vocabulary test in school and you're asked to use a vocabulary word in a sentence, right? It's kind of up to you to like know how to properly use the vocabulary word because you know what the vocabulary word means. So when you learn that, you get a stronger base understanding. What I mean is your markdown files. I mean your rules in cursor. What? Anyways. Ignore him, bro. No, I love answering to people. Because I don't like when people are wrong. They should have like an understanding of things. So it's like I do it as a favor to help people, you know? Oh, so I'm just clip farming, don't mind me. Anyways, except all right. Does our character module work? One shot. The Boo Kingdom. Wait, why my music stop? Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Description. Okay, I have to explain what the Boo Kingdom is now. New window. Boo Kingdom. Quest Boo. Explanation of the Boo Kingdom. Create world. Ah! Ooh. 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 Head up. Head up. I get factions. Character badge? Fuck! Alright. Hold up. Invalid schema. Schema must be of JSON type. So why the AI call fail? For AI call failed, 400 provider, invalid JWT form. I always get this error when we first start it. Why do we first start it? Hold on. So did it even hit the open pipe log call? It did. It 4.0 mini though. Why would it 4.0 mini? It should be 4.1 nano. So I need to make sure that's not hard coded in. So we have a default model for a reason. So, okay. One thing. We have a default model in our AI core. So let's make sure it takes our default model in our AI core. That's what I have here, right? Our AI core. 2, we got this schema error, please fix. And then we want to add our full character module, and then we want to add our character documentation. And then we'll restart this. That was close, that was close, that was close, that was close. In the meantime, we can start designing pretty things for the front end. I heard that Midjourney got Midjourney, like Max's post. I heard that Midjourney got a new video update. That's insane. This is insane. Yeah, that's insane. It's actually wild. VO is king, but for like AI like gens, because it has the audio. But let's talk about taste for a second. Midjourney beats VO immediately off rip just by looking at these first few prompts or first few videos in taste. If you ask VO to make an anime style like this, it's not gonna work well. If you ask VO to do some, like, I don't even know how to explain what style this is, but like, this is tasteful. Now, in terms of VO does really good at generating audio and physics and all of that, but Midjourney has always been a tasteful model. So to be able, like, actually, my co-founder made these really cool gens where it's like, look, this is something that VO can't just gen. So first off, the fact that like VO could generate these type of images is really cool. Like, I like this style. Like, this style is cool. But now this is where the video model gets really cool. And doing like smooth gens like this that like animate those gens. Now this is my favorite right here. Like, that's tasteful, in my opinion. I don't know. Like, VO just, like, it does good at, like, the gens and the audio. Like, it is king, but beyond that, I don't know. Like, that is, So I want to start using V7. This is a really good video gen. Like, it's the way, it's like the way that it gives, the way that it keeps the consistency of the style. Mid-Journey versus VO3, which one gets you more love from the huzz? Just a video of you sending your girls different videos and seeing which one they think is the cutest. Nah, bro, when ChatGPT image gen came out, the Ghibli Studio style gens, ultimate Riz. See, like, bro, like, this is what I need. These gens are crazy. This is crazy. But there's only 5 seconds. Like, bro. Like, how do you see what I'm talking about? Like, a gen like this, like, VO or, like, other models would start, like, shaping it or warping it. But, like, this keeps, like, it's just tasteful. I don't really know how else to explain Mid-Journey. Like, bro, these are clean and consistent. This is a really good model. And it's because it's trained on just, like, all their gens. And it's like, come on. Well, I want to make, oh no, so before we get distracted, I want to make a, am I logged in already? Can I just get, hold on. I'm going to make my header, I'm going to make my front page real quick. Let me just buy a Mid-Journey subscription real quick because I want to try this. No, stop it. I almost accidentally bought a yearly subscription. I hope. Did I get charged? Fuck! Alright. Oh, you get a full refund. Oh, that was about to be brutal. No. Mid-Journey's actually clutch. They just let me instantly full refund it. Like, cancel my full subscription and full refund it. It was $300 for a year subscription. I don't know what the year subscription. Alright. Yo, shout out Mid-Journey for letting the refund process be instant and letting you just immediately get a full refund. I don't know a lot of services that do that. Okay. Monthly billing. Subscribe to the $30 monthly plan. Purchase. That was scary. That was scary. That was very scary. Okay. We have the monthly plan now. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna search up styles. So Mid-Journey styles. So I know let's take this as a guide for creating. Whoa. How did they make a 19-second video? Whoa! What? No. This is an insane gen. You can just extend it. Bro, what? How? That's so good. That's so good. Like this. I want like something like this for the front page of Story Engine. So So it's like, all right. We have to learn this right now. Okay, 22. So, okay. Midjourney has this sref system. I have no idea what it means, but all I know is that people have like these specific codes, and then you plug in the code and it creates like a specific style, right? So you get like, this is one style. So like, they're using this sref generates photos of this style. Using this sref generates photos of this style. Using this sref. Like, what is this style, bro? Okay, so which one would fit the vibe of story engine? We're going for taste here. This is crazy. This is a crazy style. Maybe this is such a cool style too. This is just such a cool style. How does Midjourney work? Why have I not been playing with this more? Wait, that's a contender. Oh, fuck, these are all so cool. Oh, this is such a cool style. What is this? MidjourneySref.com. I'm gonna kiss you, Shaq. Just know that. Wait, this is so overwhelming. It's a style reference code. Okay. I've never used Midjourney srefs, so this is too overwhelming. There's too many cool looking things. I mean, I like this. This is cool. Like, imagine something like this for the story engine intro. Okay. And then where do I put the sref code? Do I put it personally, draft mode, conversational mode? You just add it to the prompt. 16 by 9. An image of a beautiful giant world tree in the middle. Do I just like add it to the end of the prompt like that? And would I get like that style? Style reference codes are so cool. That's such cool technology. And then you can just animate it. Maybe I should watch this video.
Welcome to Midjourney. Let's get started by creating an image. Just each time to build. For that, I'll pick indentation. You can see.
I have a chatbot now. Fuck, I forgot how good this tech evolves. Midjourney, use sref. There are docs. Okay, so on the web, do you have to generate an image first? I still don't get where sref goes. Journey.
Midjourney has released parameters to separate out their different style model. To this is why that can be a random style.
Okay, but how do I use it?
Reference images by dragging them up to this.
So you can use images as srefs, but how do I generate an sref off of it? I just want a quick guide. I just want a super quick guide. It's gotta be some Twitter thread. Use sref Midjourney. No, the video didn't show me how to use srefs. I went through the whole thing in the 5 seconds I was on that video, trust me. Oh, geez. Maybe it's because it needs to be in Discord? I forgot Discord is like their main UI. Oh no, it did use the sref. Oh. A beautiful giant world tree in the middle, sref, and then I think it said you need to add the style weight parameter so that it actually style weight 100. Try that. It's called reference for a reason. You have to attach the image. So sref Midjourney. So if I want to use this one, log into view prompt. You're so gay for that. I thought the point is that it's a reference code. Oh, fine, I'll log in. Continue. Let's go back to Twitter. sref Midjourney. No. I'm not flipping you off. I'm flipping off the site because that was dumb as fuck. That was dumb as fuck. Like, I don't... Like, do I just explain the problem? Like, so if I wanted this one, Midjourney, V7, sref, tutorial.
After generating new version 7 from sort of thing, there is, so it like as you construct Midjourney that lead to the shut off just a little and overkill. I've also seen that actually turning stylization down with these prompts is sometimes smart. The simple then use and build prompts.
No, 40 USD for a prompt is diabolical work. How is there no good video? On how to use sref. Like, no one has a simple tutorial on how to use sref. Am I retarded? It's a possibility. Look, because you have, okay, image reference types. You have image prompt as reference. You have style reference, which is the style reference, and then you have omni reference. Maybe it's because that style that I tried was outdated and this is the new one. So, like, what if I try this? So, like, sref, this, SW 1000, and then detailed portrait of a dog. So I guess what if I take this image and I go to like Claude, because Claude's more creative, and I paste in this image, and I'm like, how would you describe the style of all 4 of these images, like the common denominator of the style? I want to create an image that has a giant beautiful world tree in the middle. I really like the first top left image specifically. I want to recreate that prompt. Can you give me a prompt to recreate that prompt? In a text to image Midjourney gen. Hang on. While we're doing research on that, we need to be efficient. Let's try this prompt. Recopy the Book Kingdom. Go back to world. So I'm gonna create a new world. The Book Kingdom. Again, part 2. Create world. Calling AI for generating. Let's let it generate all the regions. It was there.
Midjourney has released their new style reference system, which brings --SV4 in your prompt. You may have seen this parameter show up before if you.
That still doesn't follow the fucking...
Midjourney has related to be aware of. Well, if you're using the V7 model, to get the same styles that you may have seen this style version parameter.
Oh, wait. I'm not even using the right sref code. Hold on. I'm the dumbass, yeah. Okay, because this specific... Shit, did I like it? Please tell me I liked it. I lost it. Midjourney. V7 style. Where'd it go? I'm not checking my browser history on stream. Where'd it go? I'm gonna go check my browser history on stream. I found it. Sorry, let's try this. Wait, no, I did change it. What the fuck? But it says this uses the new sref style. Legacy Midjourney style codes. Let's try it.
Parameter in Midjourney
SV4. Oh. Does that look like it matches? Which one was it? Was this one? Yeah. Okay. That's good. Okay, wait, that's a banger. That's really pretty. That's gorgeous. Fuck, that's gorgeous. So what if I animate it? Oh, is it automatically animating it for me? I wanted to like kind of animate it myself. So maybe this is pretty. 327.
File reference here on objects from your wait pre.
Failed to seed initial map. Why are we getting this error now? I'm being kind of lazy with these prompts. But I want to try the mid journey. That's pretty. That's really pretty. And it keeps it consistent. I want to extend it. Why does it look like a cake? I don't know. But that's pretty. That's really pretty. I just kind of fucking with this for like the, and it says story engine, so it's like rotating like an engine, and like it shows like the world map, and you can see like that is like the world, and then like yeah, it's like, I think that's pretty. You can extend it. Use CloudMate, it's best for debugging. I think 03. Wait, what is this? Can I extend it manually? Miniature diorama of a giant mystical. I just want to extend the video. Maybe he's doing that right now. Hold on. Take 3. Take number 3. Does it go in a full circle? How long is this video? Nine seconds? Extend it again. Auto extend it with low motion. And see how that goes. Okay, did we get past? Okay, seeding characters. So faction mid, and then it wants to seed the characters. Required is required to be supplied and to be an array for every key. Okay. So we're gonna now like bird's eye view this debugger for the characters module. I want the worlds module. We don't want faction, we don't want location, but we do want world. I don't think we need all our docs. So I'm gonna take our function calling array. So we're getting this error where we're trying to server logs. We're getting an error where the function calling schemas are incorrect for the AI agents in charge of the character module. We're gonna copy the function calling page. Function calling docs right here. Give us the high level overview of what's wrong and the fixes, please. So then I want to put in the character module as well as the AI module. Explain what the reference should look like. And I think these logs are honestly specific enough. So it'd be like 1. You log the full super base, right? Also, we need to ensure that when it comes to selecting a faction, required is required to be supply and to be an array including every key, missing faction ID. So personally, how do you say your name? Nishal? Nishal Skanda? I usually so I have 3 debuggers, so I kind of like going to O3 and pasting and everything. And then I like going to Claude Opus and then pasting and everything. And then I like Google Gemini. And I like seeing, bro, how is 67k tokens too much? Are you? What if I uncheck? Should not be too much. Bro, what's the point of this model if it can't take 60k tokens? It's not even a lot. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. Is that good? Ooh. That looks like it could loop well. I'm gonna extend it again. I'm gonna just keep extending it. Oh, in cursor. I usually, so my workflow strategy is I use repo prompt. So I give UI models like a bird's eye view of what's happening. Also, so I don't get charged out the ass by cursor agents. Because like these are free. So I usually give the web interfaces the high level overview for debugging it. And then whatever problem they give me, then I put that into cursor and I have a cursor agent like do a more focus fix. So I mean, they're all giving me the same fix. They're all giving me the exact same fix. So I'm gonna just take this. Also, O3 is like 87% cheaper now. So it's much cheaper than Opus. It's like the same cost as GPT-4, which is kind of ridiculous. So if I take the character module, and then I'm like, user problem. And then I copy the solution here. And then I'm like, implement the solution. And L3 does a really good job at running that. I do like this. We can make a really nice story engine. Does it keep the 2 trees? You know what would be really cool if we like, if it transforms. Maybe you want like a Game of Thrones style where like it creates and then it destroys and then it creates and then it destroys and then it... Let's try it. So let's try this with our original style reference. So I love this. This was awesome. I always open new chats for every single bug or debug. Like, this is a brand new one. I never use the same one. Is that it? Okay. Turn it back. The Wu Kingdom again. See how well that goes. So for the SREF, SV4. Okay, so I love. So let's do a gen of this. And then I want to go to Claude. So this prompt. Oops. This prompt, gen this. Now I want a prompt that will generate similar, but a new base. Like with the sun out and a new terrain. Like show it destroy. I don't really know. I'm trying to. Yeah, this one failed because it generates schemas. So. Alright, let's whip out Big Daddy Opus here. We fixed the function schema error. Now we have it for generate characters. Ensure all our schemas work properly, of course. No, that's the same one. Is that the same issue? No, that's the same issue. Alright, Big Daddy Opus. Do me proud. Can we generate the destroyed version of this? Ooh. I want it on fire. These are very similar. This one and this one are very similar. So if I like take this and then I take this one and then I want to like animate this one manually. Which one was it? Even the corner is in the exact same spot. So if I want to manually do this, can I add an ending frame? I can only add a start. Why can't I add an ending frame? No? Animate, manual, low motion. And then the tree lights on fire and turns, and the whole environment sets aflame and burns to ash. How would that look? Oh, we could also change the style. I'm just like trying to like gather data about how the Midjourney stuff works. Alright, let's see if that fix works. Team Clan. It's pink. I'm using the bathroom real quick, burp. Chat, please keep an eye on my debug logs. Tell me if it works or not. Oh, this bug is gonna make me go fucking insane, bro. It's a schema issue. Hold on. It's a schema issue. It's a schema issue. It's a schema issue. Wait, you know what? Wait, let me not be a lazy fuck real quick. At projects. This is what I'm creating. What's up? Was that the right command? Oh, it was. We are creating a self-evolving AI narrative engine SDK. I am finalizing the character module. And I am... Oh, is it like cotton candy? It's not exactly changing it. But I do like this long gen we did. Or just it rotating. It's pretty. But it also might be prettier as just like a simple... Like a simple that. I don't know. I do like it better than the original thing we had. Okay. This should work. Let's try Blue Lad. I like the first song for stuff like this. Can we call these in parallel so it's faster? And this isn't bad. It's still faster than how long it took the original location module to work. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, it worked! Oh fuck, we created the characters. Yes. Yes, yes. We have two major characters. This is her motivation, this is her personality trait. Is that all it generated though? You. Spawn location. Let's go! All right, we're moving. No time to waste. First off, npm run test. Let's fix these tests. Please fix our character test here. We're moving. First off, when it comes to the database of characters, it links to the faction. They all have their set spawn locations. They have their story roles. They have their status, their type, their NPCs. We have the character gens. We have the world ID they're a part of. We have the description, the background, and personality traits, and their motivations. We don't have memories or story beats witnessed yet. So the next test we could do is to now I want to fix this first. So get add dot, get commit to m, added characters module, because that works perfectly. All right, we got the character module. That all looks super pretty. We got our designs. Fucking beautiful. All right, now let's see what happens when we create a story. So number one is we need to add into the world module. So this was very important the way you set this up. We need to add in the worlds module. So I'm gonna drag worlds module in. I'm going to take our shared utils. I am going to take our, see, we have format event, format faction, format location context. We need to add, we just added the characters module, and then I'm gonna show the super base migration table. For the create characters. We just added the characters module. I need a format characters utility file that we then add to the system prompt of initial world arc generation and beat progression, please. Now, another thing I want to do is I want to take our entire code base, take all our docs. We don't need all their tests. I'll take all our utils, that's fine, all our docs. And then I'm gonna go to Gemini and I want it to... Can you explain every single... So Story Engine is an SDK. Can you explain what a front-end client should and would interact to? And can you suggest if anything is missing based on our docs and design style? So I just want to see, now that we have our character module working, I want to see an overarching explanation of our API, make sure we have everything, and if we have everything, then we can start making the front end and like add characters, delete characters, like whatever, like do the whole Shazam. So right here, we're gonna create a shared util file so that our world system prompt, when progressing beats and generating the story, could go. Now, if we go to Excalidraw, that would complete locations react, factions react, characters react. So I think the last thing we need is similar to how each character is reacting to a new beat. Every location reacts to a new beat, and every faction reacts to a new beat. Since there's not many factions, it's probably good for things to happen in mass. But this is the database information. So we have a world, we have faction, we have locations. We're just adding characters, and that completes the database information. We already have world events, so that completes that. We already have the current story arc. I already have the initial generation where new world generated, locations get made, factions get made, then characters get made, which goes into the database, which goes into the story system prompt, which generates a new story, and the story AI generates an arc. And then from there, the world is dynamic based on world events. World events progress based on beats, and then every single module reacts based on the beats generated, and then that updates the database, which then generates the beats, and that is our story engine loop complete. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. What? I have a lot of errors here. Why? Like we get this error. There are unknown properties in these tests. Like what is emit spy? Like emit spy gives us this. Please look through them and fix these tests. Do our other tests have these issues? Oh, they kind of do. Hold on. I don't want to trip about the types for tests as perhaps bad practice. That could be it. Just want to make sure the... We're almost there. Almost there. These don't have any errors. Well, those are the main tests. But like these have some time. Mostly it's the same. It's the same issues across the tests. Location. We could worry about fixing that later. But we're getting the current characters marked down and the reports, and we're formatting the characters. What does Gemini say about this? Their SDK is designed with a clear modern type-safe primary interaction pattern to RPC, provides an automatic REST API, but for a dedicated front-end to RPC's intended path. So we could create a new arc, progress the arc, complete the arc. We could get the current world state, a snapshot of the world, its current arc, all its beats and recent events. We could record the current world events, allow the front end to log a significant player action or event, fitting it back into the narrative as per your golden rule architecture. Yes. We could list locations, get all locations for a world, search for locations by name or tags, get history, see the history of a specific place. Enrich with AI, ask AI to add more flavor to locations and description. I feel like we don't need that. Factions, get all factions, see the diplomatic relations of a faction, change relationships between factions, a core interaction for showing faction power, get all the characters in a world, get details for one character, very important, very good, we already have that. List by faction and character, list by location for filtered views, beautiful. Create character and update character. I mean, it seems like we have everything we need, I think. I don't want to overcomplicate it. Let's see this. Wait. Okay. So we should now have a format character context. Create a new formatting helper and integrated character context into narrative generation. Added formatted character for AI. Extended the prompt builders to accept the current character section. Injected character context wherever prompts are built. World service, art creation, beat progression, story AI service, auto beat generation, world AI adapter, anchor, dynamic beat calls. Updated their contracts to accept this new variable. Now, if I were to generate a story, oh, did the AI model take the characters we have into account? We have our current world locations. It's a lot of locations. We have our current world factions. It did not have the characters loaded into the prompt though. Now perhaps if I progress the story, it takes the characters into account. Let's test that at least. Ooh, failed to get faction. Let's see what this did. Current world locations. Current world factions. We don't have current world characters. But like it should at least pop up. Maybe we have to restart our server. Yeah, that could be an issue. I think we do have to restart our server. And then try it again. So if we progress the story again with the server reset. And then we check open pipe. Ooh. Current world locations. Yes, yes, it adds the current world characters, and then the recent world events, previous world states, how to generate the world beat. Yes, this is a sexy, 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 sexy prompt. Now, it's not going to spawn new characters, which is cool. And this one, evaluate relations. Both factions are rising and highly focused on the celestial phenomena, but have different approaches. Ooh, so the AI is trying to evaluate. Oh, it's good. Okay. So get add dot, get commits m, created a formatted markdown context for characters in the story. Real quickly, let me overview what that context looks like. Evaluates relations. Now the problem is we do fail. So when it tries to evaluate relations, right, at factions, it fails to evaluate faction relations. Because why? Because we don't have a function. Because we don't have a util that allows the AI systems to convert the natural language of the faction into the actual ID. Let's set it up. Now I'm gonna add my superbase migration script, so it has this too. Add superbase, add superbase, add superbase. Adds migrations. I want this. Let's set it up so that we can convert the faction name into its database UUID for the sake of logic for calls like these. Creates a shared util function that turns natural language prompt of the text and converts it to UID for these operations. It should understand what to do from that. I hope. npm run dev. Nope, nope, nope. Let's get that fixed. Waiting for this to finish. Well, I feel good about this. I feel good about completing this, because then we can start working on the green screen. Because then we can start working on the front end UI for managing the world state, and then we could create the game master voice experience where we talk with the game master, roll dice, play the game, and see how that works. Very excited, very excited. Gonna make sure this SDK works great. Resolve faction identifier. The AI may reference factions by their name instead of the canonical UUID stored in database. The helper converts a freeform identifier into the correct UID, so downstream service calls can operate reliably. If the identifier already matches the UID, return it as is. Otherwise, perform a case-insensitive lookup against the provided faction collection and return the matching ID. Yes, very nice. That's exactly what we want. Alright, gang. See if it works. npm run dev. Let's create a new world. Let's run back the Boo Kingdom one more time. One more time. The Boo Kingdom. Describe. Run creates the location and environment. We did a lot of work today. Look at that. Look at that beauty. Look at that beauty. Now we have locations generated nicely. We have factions. Ooh, generated nicely. And then we have characters. Ooh. Now, if we create a new world arc, it's a random one. And we check the open pipe. Once the arc is genned. Now in actual production, we use a much smarter model, specifically Claude 4 Sonnet, and it's going to generate very detailed, very good stories, very good characters, add a lot of complexity, take all of this into account. But for now, we're just testing to make sure the core logic works in the first place. Because if it works with a dumb model, it'll work even better with a smart model. Arc created. Current world locations. Current world factions. So one thing we have to update is we have to add information of what factions characters are a part of. So we're gonna add that here. We need to update the information of what factions characters are a part of in that moment via database lookup and convert the faction into natural language that goes into the prompt. Right now, a character prompt looks like this. However, there is no way of knowing what faction the character is a part of. Also, we don't save their backstory. We don't talk about their backstory either, which is important. We should see character name and then role status. Story role. It should be organized like this. It should be character name, story role, status, alive. Right? And then description. And then background. Yeah, so it's just say description, background. And then we should have their personality traits. Personality traits, personality traits. And then we should have their motivations, motivations. And that's pretty much it. For each character. Oh, character name, story role. Character name. Faction. Faction name. Yeah, so it should be organized like this. It's gonna be a lot nicer for the prompt. What did you miss? We got the character module working, and the character module actually goes. And the stories get created. We're using a very dumb model right now. The story's very simple, but if we switch this to be the more intelligent model, we're gonna have bangers. So I'm just organizing the prompts nicely, because if a dumb model could generate everything nicely, then the smart model, when we actually switch it to Claude 4 Sonnet in production, is going to generate bangers! You didn't miss much, we're just bug fixing. We fixed the bugs, we got the character module working smoothly, we added location, we made sure we have locations, and then factions, and then world characters in story beat generations, so that these progress smoothly. Now that we got, so we're gonna wait for this to be done, so it could actually give us like the characters and the functions and what happens. Everything is basically done. Let's go to our to-do. Characters on world creation. Yup, this is done. Characters can be a part of a faction. Yup, this is done. So we have nothing left to do here. We have nothing left to do here. We have nothing left to do here. Intro world beat is the only event that locations, factions, characters react to. Every single monster will react. World beat, each entity. We'll check that. Ensure, yeah, we have that. We created the characters module. I want to have a world map. Okay, so that's MISC. So let's test out how our logic here works. Any prompts now involve each character's current faction and natural language. Cool. So, yeah, basically just right. So, okay. Let's restart the server. Run this. And I would actually like to test this. "28 years after nuclear war, humanity attempts to kill itself back together." So what I'm gonna do, before I even create that, is we're gonna bring out the smarter model. And we're gonna see how Claude creates everything. Now this gen might take a minute. Let's do a apocalyptic wasteland. 28 years after a nuclear war, humanity tries to piece itself back together. Creates world. Now this one might take a little bit. Because we're using a smarter model now. But I just want to see how the smarter model fares in initial generation. Okay, I don't know how that tests like won't work. with my wrist. Yeah, that'll take a sec. But beyond that, I want to talk to Claude about everything. Can you overlook the design and current functionality of our story module and tell me if I have successfully built a system that, one, is simple at the base rule level? Every single module reacts to world events. The world events control the story. The game itself and the API calls how we add world events of what happened in the game system. When we progress a beat, the beat should react, or the locations module, the characters module, and the factions module should independently react for every single entity, react to the beats of the story to progress the story. This updates the database, which then allows us to progress the story and adds more world events and creates a dynamic, evolving story. Is this fully complete? If not, what is missing? What are your suggestions? Let's do like a quick overlook. First off, see if Claude could even take all this context. Nope. What if I get rid of the docs? If I just like only have the narrative design and API reference. Maybe system overview. Just system overview. Maybe that's good enough? Nope. Is Gemini our only hope here? Gemini seems to be our only hope here. Oh. Holy shit. Alright, boys. Failed to handle. Wilderness must be an array. Smart AI system failed that. Okay. Let's see what Gemini says. Real quick. Chip, alright, looks like the front end is basically done. The back end API is done. We are now going to focus on the front end and creating a fun little mini game system with an AI game master next time we work on this. It's been a great run. We got 1 week left to just do pretty work. We did all the hard stuff. So we'll build off that. Thank you guys for watching the stream. Shaq, you my boy. I know you here. Bless, I don't know if he's still here, but I'm ending stream now because we got some big news coming up.